Hey everybody, I'm Jim with 03 Studios. This video has been giving me a fit. This is the fourth time I have tried to shoot this video today. It's either been interruptions or technical problems, mostly batteries. So hopefully this one sticks. This is part 3 of a 3-part series on how to create a Facebook video for advertisements. Now, I'll recap real quick. There was a video prior to the part 1, 2, and 3 that you should watch. It kind of goes over in general what the biggest problem most business owners have when they create marketing videos for digital consumption. And to be brief, it's length. You guys are making videos that are way too long, which means your content is in the middle or back end of it and people aren't watching long enough to view the video to get the message. The second is really the order of which you're making video. Most of you are making video, your sales video, and you're putting it out there and you're boosting it, and that is not how to do it. People do not want the first interaction with your brand or your products to be a sales page. You need to bring people into your brand. Social media, Facebook in general, and Instagram are not selling platforms. They're cultivation platforms. They're where you're going to take people that haven't heard of you or maybe have heard of you and keep them into your ecosystem. So they're aware of what you're up to, what your products are, your new products, improvement to your products, or really just how your brand interacts with them in their life on a day-to-day basis. So by making a sales video and putting it out there, that is just turning people off. You're driving people away. What you need to be focusing on is a proper evolution of video content that progresses people through the stages they need to go through to make a decision to become a buyer. Now, we talk about that in part 1. Your first video needs to be 15 seconds long, not a second longer. I stress that 15 seconds is the max. And it needs to have certain steps in that video that don't sell. They don't do anything other than just let people know, you know who they are, you can identify with them, you know what they go through and why they need the product that you offer. At the same time, you do get a chance to show your product, you show it in action, and you show the benefit of using it. But at no point are you pushing this message. You're simply just letting people know we exist, we can associate with you, we know we have a lot in common, we understand you, and we can help you do whatever it is you do better or help solve whatever problem it is you might have because of what it is that you do, why we identify with you. That is the entire first part 1 summarized, but there's also one more step. You don't just make one video. You can't make one video and appeal to everybody. You have to have a process. You have to have a way for people to slowly, move through these steps. And that's where we talk about multiple videos in each ad set. So that first ad set are 3 videos that are 15 seconds long that tell the same message, have the same story components, but maybe show them 3 different ways. That way, through our Facebook pixel, which is key to this entire process, we are monitoring who's watching the videos and we're categorizing them as watched 1 video, watched 2 videos, watched half the video. However we want to set it up, we can take this group of people that consume this content repeatedly and determine, okay, right about now they're probably wanting to know more, and that takes them into the second step by utilizing the retargeting of and grouping of our Facebook pixel. So when we get to the second video, that video is about 20 to 30 seconds long. I prefer 25 as the max, but you can go up to 30, and that has more information. Now, just like the first video series, we don't offer an option to buy. That sounds counterintuitive if you're thinking this is an advertising process. It is, but it's a process. You cannot ask people at this point to buy because most of them are just wanting a little more information. So at this point, the video is going to be very much in tune with the content and the message of the first 3 videos. When they see this second series, it's a little longer, 20 to 30 seconds, and it's going to provide more deeper information in that 20 to 30 seconds, but very much in the same format in terms of how we progress that message. And at the end of it, and somewhere in the middle, we may simply say, get more info, click here. That's all we're asking for. You want to learn more, we want to show you more. We're not asking you to buy anything, but we're also taking a very important step, which is hopefully migrating them from our our ecosystem in Facebook into our website ecosystem, where we have much more control over the buying experience there. So it's an important step to get them there, and hopefully there, in another video we will cover this, we have a system in place to help push them in to get deeper into our website to be able to put them where we can maintain a different type of contact with them. But for Facebook, we simply just want them to consume this content, get a little better education, and if they happen to click the Get More Info button, that's a bonus. But we're not selling at this point. Today, though, we cover the sell, which is part 3. That is the offer. The third video in your series is going to be your offer. This is where you do sell. This is where you sell directly, because we've categorized through utilizing the pixel. People want to watch the content and can connect with who we are as a company, as a product, as a service, and they can align themselves with that. Once again, not offering anything, we're just simply identifying people in that first series. That second series, we have 2 or 3 videos in it as well, and we present people with more information and the opportunity to get more information. Still tracking with the pixel, those people that, we may have had 100,000 people watch that first video. But maybe the second video that we directly advertised to people through the pixel, maybe we only had 20,000 people or 10,000 people qualify to watch that second video. But this third one, if they've watched that, those 10,000 people, now let's say we have 2,000 people that have watched our Get More Information step, now they're ready to buy. Now they're aware, they're educated, and they should be ready to make a decision to buy. So our third video, once again, 20 to 30 seconds long, multiple videos with multiple types of offers. One might be free shipping, one might be a discount code, one might be limited time, but we want to be able to see what people respond to the most, but that message is the same from the first 15-second videos that conveyed to the second 30-second videos are now conveyed over to our offer video. That message, the idea of how we identify with people and how our product interacts with people and makes their lives better, that conveys into that third video series, but it's done a little differently. We have a time constraint. Just like I gave you a timeline in the first video to make your cuts and edits and changing your message, and in your second video we talked to the same way about how many seconds in to switch to this message and then switch to this and this. We're going to do the same in the third, but it's going to have a little more leeway after the 7-second mark. The first 6 seconds of your video, you need to compress your message into that 6 seconds. You need to first identify with the consumer, let them know this is who you are because this is who we are. We can identify with you and understand who you are. We also want to identify with their lifestyle or how the problem manifests, what the need for the product, how that manifests. And then at the third step, which is probably around the 3-second mark, we're going to actually show the product. We're going to say, this is your solution. This is how and why. And then that 4-second is where we get into a little bit of validation, just quickly saying, this is what's going to make your life better. This is going to solve your problem. This is what you're going to get as a result of using our product. So right around the 5th second, we've compressed our entire message into those first 5 seconds. 6-second, 7-second mark, you make your offer. And that's a direct offer. Buy now. Click here to purchase. Get yours today. Whatever it is, whether it's a graphic, a voiceover, call to action that flashes up on the screen, whatever it is, it happens in that first 7 seconds. Now, what do we do with the remaining up to 23 seconds? We rinse, lather, repeat. We change each step every 6-7 seconds. We remake our offer, but now we go a little more into details in that cycle where we don't need to necessarily identify with the consumer as much because we've already done that at this point, but maybe we talk a little bit more about the benefits of the offer. Why now is the time to buy. We take each one, which will give us 2 to 3 cycles in this 6-7 second cycle after the initial 7 seconds, and we restate the problem, the solution, and why this is the right time to make this purchase. What is the benefit of buying now? What is our offer? Explain the offer better and keep cycling, because they may have kind of got it in the first 7 seconds, but every 6-7 seconds after, Just reiterate, just reiterate. And you're going to get more results from that smaller group. Well, again, we went from 100,000 in the first video series that viewed to 10,000, we'll say, in the second video, or 2,000 even, or I'm sorry, end up with 2,000 people that are ready to fit that pixel category by now, and offer them something that they can act on. And we'll end up getting a higher rate of sales out of that smaller group, because we're not selling to people directly that really don't want to buy in the first place. We want them to show us why they should see the next ad, because they have more interest. So they see the second ad because they showed interest in the first 3 ads consistently. Then that second ad shows more interest consistently. And that third ad is the time where you say, okay, you've shown enough interest, now I feel comfortable making an offer to you. So that's it. That's the whole process. It's a 1, 2, 3 step process. And it puts what most of you are doing, which is taking your offer ad and throwing it up on Facebook and boosting it. That is not how you do it. That offer should be after you've qualified your viewers, your audience. First, you have to identify with them in that first series and educate them slightly, not sell them. And then in that second series, you validated them as interested, so you put them up where you can, in a position where you can give them more information and spark their interest deeper. And once you validated that through that second series, then they're ready for that final offer. Now, you can do this in a matter of days. They can see it one day, they can see another one that same day, the next day they get another video in the part 2 series, and then they're ready by day 3 to get that final offer. You can stretch this out over a couple weeks, but whatever it is, it needs to progress. You need to use your Facebook pixel. You need to capture people as they come through. You need to qualify them of who they are in terms of in the process of their first time viewers, second time viewers. They watch all the video, they only watch half the video, whatever it is. And when you get that consistency, then move them and serve them the second next step, and then the third, okay? You can do all of this from your phone. If you're a small business owner and you haven't done this before, you've invested in Facebook and felt it's never gonna pay off, this is why you haven't done this. And I know you don't want to take another big chance and go out and hire a company to come in, create content and film all this, but that's what this process has been about. We first started talking about storyboarding, how to develop your story in a proper format and a proper sequence. Follow these steps from part 1, 2, and 3, and you're going to be able to take your iPhone, script this video, film this video series, turn around, edit this on your phone, and then deliver it through Facebook. Now, your pixel is another story. Most marketing companies do not even know how to use a pixel. They claim to be social media marketers, but they do not understand the pixel. It's not that complicated. So if you don't have it set up currently, you've never heard of it, we're going to talk about these how-tos later, but you necessarily don't need this to see the results. You can do this manually through the initial boost button on Facebook, through the most common the front end interface. Go ahead, make your video, make one video if that's all you have time for, but make sure it's consistent, and then make your second step, make one video, make your third. You're going to see results. You're going to see a better reaction to this than anything you've ever done. And at that point, that should validate that, okay, who I've hired to do this has been doing it wrong, and this system seems to deliver a different result. I feel more comfortable investing, $1,000, $2,000 into this process, because you should get a result from everything you do, whether it's data information where you start to see you're cultivating new likes, new follows, new interactions, you've stimulated your audience, then your next step should be, okay, let's educate them a little more, and then let's start making offers to them. There's a process here. Each one has a different intention. The first one being cultivating more people and new people, stimulating your current audience. Second one being educating more and getting more deeper interaction from people. And the third being the opportunity to make that offer to them. This format applies to everything you can do on your social media page, from organic posting to paid posting. This works best with paid posting because, once again, when you get to where you can invest in this and get your pixel set up properly, you can retarget and you can really drive down into dial down into the data and fine tune what it is that you're doing, and then really make this a machine that you can pump out over and over and over and tweak and tweak and tweak and get better and better and more efficient at executing, delivering, and then measuring your results in return. So that's it. That is a 3-part series wrapped up. It's all been conversational. I've walked you through it. We will eventually do some real live campaigns where we storyboard, then we film it, then we edit it, then we execute it onto Facebook, and we show you the hands-on side of this. But if you've never done this type of a process before, just follow along, take the steps, make it happen, try it. It's, like I said, you can do it with very little investment from yourself just to start to understand it better, because my goal here is for you to understand what you should be getting out of your marketing professional. I don't expect everyone to watch these videos, turn around and become marketing pros. That's not what I'm trying to do here. What I want is the marketing consumer, the marketing business consumer, to be able to understand why their marketing efforts aren't working, what they should expect in return from their efforts, as well as the level of interaction and education they should get from their marketing company that they hire. We're here to help you understand why your investment should be measurable and why you should see results and how to make that happen for you so you can make better decisions where you invest your marketing dollars. Okay, so that's it. If you like what you see here, do me a favor, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell so you never miss a post that we put up, a video that we put up. That way you are always on top of your marketing game, because we want you to succeed in your marketing efforts. I'm Jim, 03 Studios. I'm a little hoarse. Like I said, 5th time I've made this video. Hopefully the batteries haven't died in the mic. The camera's still running. No one's knocked on the door, barged in, so I think we'll be okay. So we'll see you guys in a couple days. You're getting 3 videos a week from us. Everyone's gonna help you progress your marketing game. See you guys.